Okay, so hello everyone. In last class, we have started the project. We have started a new concept which is working with advanced model concept, right? So we have started with this, right? And we have created the model class for the same, right? So here we have created a models.py. In models.py, we have created this abstract class. Why it is abstract? Because we have written in the meta abstract equals to true, right? We have created one student class and we have created one teacher class, right? And the common information these classes are inheriting from the parent class. What is parent class? Contact info is the parent class, right? And the common field will be inherited by the parent class through the child class. So child class is student, child class is what? Teacher, right? So when you write the abstract is equals to true means how many tables will be created in the database? There are two tables will be created into database. One is student, second is teacher, right? And contact information will not be created into database due to this reason. Abstract equals to true, right? But the problem is we have written the wrong name of this project. So the project name I have written middleware project, but it should be advanced model project. Correct. So let's fix this mistake. Otherwise, you will be confused when I will give this code to you. So you might be confused like, sir, you have written here middleware and you are writing the code of advanced model. So in order to remove this confusion, I'll create another project and I'll copy this code in the in the new project, right? So what I will do, I will just take a new window, and this in this new window I will open the folder. Okay, so I will take open a folder and let's go to the location. Okay, so in the location, let's go to the Django 630, and here we have our project middleware. This is the wrong name actually. So what I will do, I will just open this new panel. Let's remove it. Okay, so here we will create the correct project name. Okay, so the project name should be the model inheritance. So what I will do, I will write Django hyphen admin start project, and project name is, let's suppose, model inheritance. So mi project, mi means model inheritance project, right? So now this project has been created. So this model class code we will copy. Okay, so I copied this code, and here I will create the test step because test step is not there. So go inside which folder location? At mi project. So cd mi project, right? So here I am at this location. Now let's create the uh, test app. So py manage.py start app test app. Okay, so here we have test app. In the test app we have models. So this model belongs to middleware and this model belongs to mi project. So here I will paste it, copied code. So I paste it and I can close this. I can close this settings, right? And one more thing, let me close this new window from here. All right. And I can delete this code. I don't need to use this project. So I will delete it. So I've deleted. Now this test application, we need to register in the configuration settings. So here just register the test app. Okay, so the model class I have created, which is this. Okay, so how many classes are there? There are three classes, right? Now I have to create table. So how many tables it will be generate? How many tables it will be generate? Two tables, as I already told you. But where we have to create the table. So in order to create the table, we have to write the command which is make migration and migrate. Okay, so it will by default generate here one SQLite database. But what I will do, we are not using SQLite database, but we will use here what MySQL. MySQL database we will use, right? Which database? MySQL, right? So how to download the MySQL database? If you already have MySQL database in your system, that is good. If you are not having MySQL database, then what you can do, you can go to the MySQL download. Okay. So once you will search MySQL download, so here you will see the link, download MySQL installer. Just click on the MySQL installer. Otherwise, if you are not getting this, you may click on this MySQL download. So if you are seeing in the MySQL downloads, you can go down and you can click on MySQL community, right? And after that, what you can do, you can click on MySQL community server, right? So where to click? Here, right? After clicking here, what you can do, you can click on this. Okay, after clicking on this, you have to go to here. Okay, and here what you have to do, you have to click on, okay, not here. Okay, this is the mistake I have done. Sorry. So let's see one more time, all the steps. So this is one. Okay, the installer is 170 MB. Okay, it's correct. It's correct. You can click here and you can start downloading, right? So you will download this. After downloading this, you will see something like, okay, let's after installation, what you will see. So here you can follow this Geeks for Geeks. Okay, so what you have to download, you have to download MSI installer. See how you will get the MSI installer. Here you will not getting MSI. Okay, here is the MSI installer, but the size is 170. Okay, not an issue. Okay, after clicking on this MSI installer, once you will download this, so after this you have to click this. See, if you will click on this download, it is asking login and sign up. Don't do login and sign up, just click on no thanks, just start my download. So it will start your download. Once it is downloaded, now the next step is you have to install it. Okay, so next step is you have to install this. Okay, so once you will double click, you will see this screen, and after that what you have to do, you have to click on next, right? And after you have to click on execute all, right? After clicking on execution, you can click on next, right? And here you can set your password, right? What you can do, you can set the root password, and the same password you can write here because it is saying repeat password, right? After that, what you can do, if you want to check your password, you can write here username and password. The default username is root. Okay, what is the default username? Is root. So ROOT, root. Okay, and password also you can keep the same, otherwise you will forget. Keep the password root and keep the username root, so it will be easy to remember. Okay, otherwise you may forget. Alright, then click on finish. Right, after that you can start the MySQL workbench. So if you will search, I have already installed, so here you will see MySQL workbench. Okay, And once you will open this MySQL workbench, you will see something like this: local instance MySQL 80. You can click on this. It is asking your password, so I have given the password as root. Click on OK. Now you will see here, but here we will not work in MySQL workbench. We will use MySQL command line. So search MySQL command line. Okay, so here is the MySQL command line. Just click on the MySQL command line. It is asking you the password. So whatever password you have kept, you can write the same password. So I have written the root as a password. So here you log in MySQL, right? So if you want to see the databases, so in order to check the databases, we have one command. The command name is, what's the command name is? You will write command show databases. Okay, so here you will see these are the default database installed, right? But what we have to do, let me just close this and close this, right? So what I have to do now, I have to configure the database settings. See, by default the database connected with this Django project, which is SQLite. So where you can see, you have to go to settings.py. Go in settings.py, and here you will see database configurations. Okay, so here database configurations are there. So here by default, which database is there? SQLite 3. So but we are using which database? MySQL. So you may write here MySQL. Once you have done with this, now you have to write the database name. Okay, so in this case, it is saying in the base directory there is a database called SQLite 3, but we are not using a SQLite 3, so we can remove this name. So we will create our own database. Where we will create our own database? Here in MySQL. Right now we have these many databases, but we will create our own database. So in order to create the database, you will write the command which is create database. Okay, I hope you are getting the command to create database. And what's the database name? Like new inheritance database. Okay, so semicolon. So database has been created. Okay, so if you want to check the databases, you will write the command which is show databases. Okay, so can you see the database which is created by us? New IDB. Okay, DB means database, I means inheritance. Okay, so this is the database name. So if you want to use this database, so what you can do, in the in the project in the project name, what you can mention, okay, let me make it full size. You can mention the database name. So database name we have written as new IDB, right? This is the same name now. Yes, new IDB, inheritance database, right? Once you have done this, now you have to define, you have to tell uh, the user who is the user, and you have to tell one more thing, which is password. Okay, these two things you compulsory to tell. So here your the username, default username is root, you will write in a small. Okay, and the default password is the password whatever you have given while installing it. If you haven't given the password, then the password is root. Otherwise you will write the password whatever you have given while installing this MySQL. Understood? Okay, so we have done this, right? So what we will do now, we will create the table. Okay, so what are the tables we have to create in the database? So what are the tables there should be in database? One is student table, one is teacher table. Okay, so but if you will see, if you will write here show tables, so okay, so it is saying no database selected. So these are the databases. It is asking in which database you want to work. So I want to work with this database. So I have to write one command first. Use new IDB semicolon. Okay, so now it will use this database. So now we can fire this command, which is show tables. So it is saying empty tables. Okay, but in order to create the table, what you need to do? Okay, so let me give you an example. Uh, I think you already know because we have discussed so many times. Let's suppose here are three things you should remember. Okay, so the first thing is you will write the model class. Okay, so model class is what? When you are writing model class, so this is nothing but Python code. Model class are what? Python code. So these are the Python code you will write here in model class. Okay, so the model class to from the model class to model class to SQL code, you will convert through one command. So what is the command you have to write? You will write one command which is py manage.py make migrations. Okay, so right now I'm just telling you, but we will write in the terminal this command. So once you will fire this command, what will happen? The Python code will be translated into SQL. So this code will be converted into what? SQL code, because the database understandable language is SQL. Structure query language can be understood by the database, right? So, but this code has been converted into what? SQL, but the table has not created yet. So in order to create the table, you have to write one more next level command. So that next level command is to execute this code so that the table should create. So in order to execute this code, you have to fire one more command, which is the command name is py manage.py migrate. So the moment you will fire this command, which is migrate command, so what you will see? You will see the tables. Now the table will be created into database. So in our case, what is our database name? So our database name is, we have written our database name is, which is new IDB. Okay, so in the new IDB, you will see two tables. Okay, table 1 and table 2. So two tables will be there. One will be the student table and second will be what? Teachers table. Okay. So before executing these commands, let's just make a note of this. So let's create another tab, and here is day day 44, right? So here day 44, this is what we have drawn, right? So now convert this Python code into SQL code. So in for that we will write here py manage.py make migrations. Okay, so what is the issue? Are we doing any mistake? So it is asking, did you install MySQL client? So yes. No, we didn't install MySQL client. So let's check whether tables has been there or not. Table not given there. Let's see MySQL. Okay, new IDB, user is root. It does fine. Okay, so let's try to install this MySQL client as it is suggesting us. So pip install MySQL client. Okay, so MySQL client has been installed. Can we run the command now? So let's write make migrations. Okay, now it is saying yes, student created and teacher has been created, right? But the thing is, oh, the table which is contact information table is not created. Okay, as we already know about it. But if you will see here in MySQL and if you will try to see the show tables, still it is showing empty. Why it is showing empty? The reason behind is the code has been converted into what? SQL. But the table will create when you will write this migrate command. So in order to write the migrate command, we have to write here py. Let me clear this first. Right, the first command we have written which is migrations. So now let's clear it. Py manage dot py make not make migration but migrate. So you have done my migration. I mean migrate has done. So it has created the table and these are the some default tables are there. Okay, session table and everything, but we have to keep eye on this test step this under this. So just see here, if I now write the show tables where I'm what is this MySQL command line. So I'm writing here now show tables. So this time it is not this time it is showing us table. Okay, so our table is what? Student, and our table is what? Teacher table. Okay, why it is coming with test tab? Because this student table belongs to test tab application. Teacher application belongs to test application. That is correct. And if you want to see the schema or we can see structure of this table, what you can do, you can write this correct. DESC you can write. Then you may write test app underscore student semicolon. Okay, so you may see all the fields whatever we have created. See what are the fields we have created. In the student class we have created only few fields related to student. How many fields I have created? You can see clearly I have created two fields, right? One is roll number I have created, second is marks I have created. But how many fields are coming here? ID, name, email, address, and roll number and marks. Roll number and marks, that is correct, it should be there. But why these fields are coming in the student table? So it is coming because we are inheriting which contact info class, right? And this contact info class is having these fields. Okay, and you might be asking like why this id field? So id field given by the Django on each table, right? Similarly, you can display the teacher table as well. So teacher table having two things, subject and salary, and the common fields will be inherited by the contact information because teacher is a child class of the contact information class. So if you will see describe or test tab underscore, after underscore you will write a table name. So what is table name? Table name is teacher. So just like right here, teacher semicolon. Okay, so here you will see, let me just clean it first. Okay, so here you can see id, name, email, subject and salary. Okay, so these many fields are coming, correct? Okay, so let's suppose I want to see these two tables from the admin panel. Okay, and I just want to add some data into this. So what can I do? I need to register these two tables. Where I will register in admin. So go to the admins.py file, and here you can register. How you can register? First of all, you need to import. Which table you will import? Student table as well as teacher table. So you will write from where? From the test tab. Okay, and model is what? File name, module name, and import. Which class you will import? First is student, you will import. Next you will import the teacher. Okay, so we will not import the contact information because contact information is there in the student and teacher as well, because these both are the child of the contact information. That is why, right? So here we are not writing any like we can say list view. We are directly registering it by writing here admin dot site dot register, and here we will write register the student table. Okay, admin dot site dot register the teacher table. Right, so both tables has been registered. So in order to get the admin panel, if you want to access the admin panel, okay, so you need to create the super user. So for creating the super user, we have py manage.py create. Okay, create super user. Okay, it is asking the username. Let's suppose admin, email blank, password is what? 123. Again password 123. Okay, yes, I want to bypass it. Yes, so admin has created. Now we can run our Django application by writing py manage.py run server. Okay, so now just click on this. So our Django application is running, right? So here we have to access the admin panel. You will write here admin. So it is asking the username. So admin, and the password is 123. Just click on login. So here you can clearly see our two applications. I mean, here our two tables are there. One is the student, one is teacher table. Okay, so just click on student. Okay, once you will click on the student, so when you add the data into it, right? So for example, name I'm adding just like no Doraemon, and here I'm writing like dora@gmail.com. Address, let's suppose Firozabad I'm writing. Roll number 105 or 4. Marks is 78. Just save it. Okay, so one object has inserted. So if you want to see these details, okay, so what you can do, you can write here select star from what's the table name, test tab underscore student. Okay, so here you can see the details are coming, right? So what we are learning in this class? In this class, we are learning about what? We are learning about abstract base class. So I hope you guys clear with the abstract base class. What is abstract base class? How does it work? Okay. So what's the abstract class here? The abstract class is this contact information, right? So if the abstract class is there, you cannot create the object of this, and the table will also not be created of the same. Okay, so let's try to note one point here. Okay, what you have to note. So note is contact info class is abstract class and hence table won't be created, right? This type of inheritance is applicable only at code level, but not at database level, right? Okay, so let's try to understand a new another inheritance. So next inheritance we have to discuss, which is the second one is, what is the second inheritance we have to discuss here? The second we have to discuss, which is multi-table inheritance. Okay, so what is multi-table inheritance? Let's try to understand it. Okay, so if the base class is not abstract, okay, then such type of inheritance is called as multi-table inheritance. Okay, and the first is the what? Abstract base class. If abstract base class is not a, I mean, if the base class is not the abstract, right, then such type of inheritance is called multi-table inheritance. In our example, the base class is what? The base class is abstract. But if base class is not abstract, that is what? Multi-table inheritance. Okay, so this type of inheritance, this type of inheritance, which type? Multi-table type of inheritance, applicable at code level as well as database level. Okay, but the abstract base class inheritance, I mean abstract class inheritance are applicable on code level and only, but not applicable on database. But multi-table applicable on the code as well as database, right? In multi-table inheritance inside database for both parent and child, table will be created. Okay, so when you will write the multi-table inheritance, you will see the parent table as well, and you will see the child table as well. Okay, so let's create the for multi-table inheritance. What we will do in the same model class, we will create one more model class. Okay, so one more model class. Let me just close this as of now. Let's close this. Let's close this. Okay, and let me just hide this as well. So here we will create one class which is contact info one. Okay, and this is inheriting which class? Models dot model class. Okay, and here the code is same, like name is there, uh, after name. What happened? Why it is not working? Okay, it is full zoom, I guess. So after name we have another field which is email field, right? After email we have another field which is address, means common field we have to write. So if it is the name field, so means it should be the type of model. Okay, which character field? Okay, so models dot character field, max length is 30. Models dot which field? Oh, it is email field, right? Next address field is again the character field. So models dot character field, max length. The max length is, let's suppose, 40, right? So this is how we have created contact one class, right? Now we have to create class student. Okay, student one class I am writing, and it is the child class of which class? This is the child class of contact info one, correct? Okay, and here are the common field are what? And roll number and marks, right? So roll number is what type? Integer type. So models dot integer. Okay, so integer field, yes, and this is models dot integer field. Again we have another class which is teacher one class. Okay, contact info one. Okay, so the parent class is this, all the same, but see, this class is not abstract class here. Earlier we had created contact info, that was the abstract class. That's the reason the inheritance means it was not applicable on the database level. But this is not abstract class, so it will be applicable on the database level as well, right? So let's write here teacher subjects. Okay, subject we will write, after that salary we will write. So subject is which field? Models dot character field. What is the maximum length? Like 40. Okay, so models dot which field? Float field, right? So this is how we have created this. Okay, now this will be applicable on which label? It will be applicable on the database label as well. Okay, so in the database, if I will write here show tables, so can you see how many tables are there? Student and teacher, two tables are there, right? So if I will write me, there is any contact information table? No, contact information table is not there. So see what we have to do. We have to write here make migration and migrate, because this Python code will be converted into SQL code. Okay, So for this, let me just stop the server by pressing the Control C, because server is running. So Control C, server has been stopped. So right now make migration means py manage.py make migrations. Okay, now py manage.py. So can you see how many tables are created? Contact information table has created, student one has created, teacher teacher one has created. Why contact one has created? Because contact one is not a abstract class. Okay, so now migrate means we are creating the table as well. So py manage.py migrate. Okay, so migrated. Now let's check whether table is there. So right now how many tables are there? Two tables. Let's fire the command show tables. Press enter. How many tables you are seeing? You are seeing here student one, you are seeing here teacher one. Can you see the contact one, contact info one? Yes, contact info one is there. So can we describe this table? Yes, of course we can describe. So describe, and we will write here test tab contact information one semicolon. So here you can see the field of contact information. Okay, so if you have to describe student one, so same you can describe student one as well. Student one semicolon, I'm forgetting it. Okay, next if you want to describe another, which is teacher one, so you can describe teacher one as well. Okay, so teacher one is having these fields. Okay, okay, so in admin panel, if you want to see all the tables, all these three tables, including contact information, so go to the admins.py, just keep it down. Okay, and here we have to write admin.site.register, and here we have to mention contact. Okay, so first of all, we have to import the contact information table, then only we can use it. So contact info one, student one, as well as comma teacher one, right? So here we can register one by one. First one is contact information one is there, admin dot site dot register, and we can mention here student one, and here we can write again student dot site dot register, and here we can write teacher teacher one as well. Okay, so this is how we have registers all these three tables. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's run the server or run server. Okay, server is running. Just go to the, okay, just click on the test tab. So in the test tab, okay, so what name we have given? The wrong name we have given here. Okay, so we have given the correct name. Okay, so it is displaying contact information as well. Okay, just click on contact. So here you can see you can add the contact, right? Student one table as well, you can see here. So all the fields are coming, and teachers one. all the fields are coming. Okay, so this is nothing but what we call it, multi-table inheritance. So here you can see multiple tables, right? Okay, so next one, let's discuss about the next one. But before this, let's just make it note. Let's go here, day 44, and put it here. Okay, now the next one is what? The third one is multi-label inheritance. So let's discuss about it. All right, so let me just delete it. So third inheritance we have to discuss about, which is, so this one is multi-label inheritance. Okay, so the multi-label inheritance, let's try to understand it. Okay, so when you will see inheritance at multiple labels, that is known as multi-label inheritance. Inheritance inheritance at multiple labels. So that is what multi-label inheritance. Okay, if you don't understand, you may understand now. Okay, so for example, this is what, okay, parent class. Okay, my bad. Let me just create it again. Okay, so let's create it here. So this is the parent class, this is the child class, and this is child to child class, right? So this is the parent, this is the parent class, okay, and this is the child class, and this one is child to child class, right? So what relation will be there? The relation will be like this child class inheriting this parent class. Okay, so means parent class property will be inherited by the this child class, and this child to child class will inherit all the properties from the child. Okay, it will inherit all the properties from the child class. So this child class is the parent for this particular class. Okay, and this class is the grandparent, okay, for this particular class. So such type of relation means in this class you will see the properties of this class will be there, okay, and the property of this class will be there, okay, and this class will get properties of this class. Okay, such type of relations are known as multi-label inheritance relation, right? I hope you're understanding about it. Let's just make it note. Okay, let's try to understand it by code. Okay, so what I will do, I'll create here one class. Okay, so we have done with this class. So in this, whenever you will see this class, student one, whenever you will see this multi-table inheritance, so there will be one pointer will be maintained, and that pointer will what the pointer will do? Pointer will maintain the table reference. Okay, so I'm talking about it from the previous example. So you can see here, so when we have created, so by default one pointer id has been created from contact information one, and for this also pointer id has created for this table, contact information table. Okay, so this is why created, so that the reference should be maintained. Okay, so let's create another class now. So another class is, right now let's make it comment. Let's make it comment as well. Okay, don't comment it, otherwise we have to comment from admin as well. But leave it. Okay, so we have to create one more class, model class, which is, the class name is, let's suppose this is the person class. Okay, person, and this is the child class of models dot model. Right here the fields are like name and age. So name of the person is, okay, so name is what? Character field. So models dot character field. Max length is 30. Age is what? Integer field. So models dot integer field. Okay. Now we have to create. Okay, so let's remove s from here. Okay, now it is fine. So let's create one child class, which is class. Okay, so which inheritance we are following here? We are following multi-level inheritance. Okay, so we'll create three classes. So second class name is, let's suppose, employee, and here we are creating this class as a child class of which class? Person class. So the moment it is the child class of person class, so person class property, which is name and age by default inherited by the employee. So means in employee, name also there, id also, I mean age also there. So which we will write some special field for this, such as employee number, which is not there in person class. We will write another field which is employee salary. Okay, so let's define the data type of these fields. So models dot which field? Model, I mean integer field. And just define this also, models dot which field it is? It is the integer field. not integer field but float field, right? After that, let's create one more class, okay, which is manager class. Okay, so manager is also an employee, right? Manager is a employee. So whatever person properties are there, manager will keep the same. Whatever employee properties are there, manager also will keep the same. But some special properties will be there in manager, which employee will not have, which person will not have. Okay, so what we will do, we'll create one more class which is manager. Okay, and here we will write the manager class name which is employee, right? And here we will write the let's suppose experience of the manager. So experience is a common field basically. So models dot integer field. Okay, then we have team size. Okay, manager has a team which employee does not has, but manager have this. So models dot integer field again, right? So we have created these classes, these three classes we have created, right? So in the earlier example, what was happening, like these two classes, I mean student class and teacher class, both should belonging to the one parent. Okay, so means this is belonging to the this parent, and this is also belonging to the same parent. Okay, both. But here the special point is to note that this employee class, for the employee class parent is this, and the for manager class the parent is what, employee. Okay, so this is the multi-label, right? So let's create the, how you can see the tables, how you can make the table from the same. So to make the table we need to write make migration and migrate. So control C, py manage dot py make migrations. Okay, py manage dot py migrate. Okay, now you can see here, you can write here show tables. Okay, and you can see here our person table is there. Student, no, person we have created, employee we have created, and manager, where is the manager, here manager is created. Okay, if you want, if you wish to see the table structure, so you may write which uh, first one is person. Okay, second one is employee, right? And the last one we have created which is manager, right? So here you can see there is also one pointer maintained to manage the references. Okay, correct. If you want to see this in admin panel, so register this table in admin panel by writing here admin dot site dot register. What's the table name? Table name is person. Okay, but not inherited, so you can write here, I mean not imported. So person, then employee, then manager. So person registered admin dot site dot register. Now employee. Okay, register the manager as well, admin dot site dot register manager. Okay, now you can see in the admin panel as well. So we have to run the server, manage.py run server. Okay, go here, click on this tab and just click on test tab. Here you can see person is there, employee is there, manager is there, and you can see the structure of each table. Okay, here you can see name and this everything is coming. Okay, so you can see this. Now another type of inheritance is, so next type of inheritance we have to discuss, which is multiple inheritance. Okay, so we have to discuss about the multiple inheritance. So let's discuss the multiple inheritance. So the fourth one is multiple inheritance, right? So for the multiple inheritance, we have to write here. We will be okay. Let me give you an example first. So the example is, for example, we have here one person class. Okay. So this is what. Let's suppose this is the person one class. Or for better understanding, you can write here parent one, right? And we have another class. Okay, so this class is parent two class, right? And another class is, which is child class. Child class. Okay, so there is single child. Okay, so this is a child class. But the thing is, the parent for this class is what? Who is the parent of this class? So the parent one, this is inherited by parent one. It is inheriting the parent one property as well as it is inheriting the parent two properties. Okay, so such type of inheritance are known as multiple inheritance. Okay, okay, so write some point here. Okay, so write one point here. Uh, like parent classes should not contain common fields, right? For example, here parent one and parent two. So it should not, these two parents should not contain the common fields. Okay, if the common fields are there in both class, so both common fields will be inherited by the child, and child will get the ambiguity due to the duplicate values, duplicate attributes. Okay, so it should not have. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, we will get an error. Okay. Second point is internally, internally, this inheritance also multi-table inheritance. Okay, so internally this will be what? Multi-table inheritance. Okay, so let's just note these points. So let's create here one class, which is class, and the class name is parent1, and this is the child class of models.model. So models.model is the parent class for whom? For the parent1. And here we will write the fields, like let's suppose I'm writing field name is f1, okay, and f2. Okay, and here I'm making it as a models.character field, and the length I'm giving, which is 30. Models.character field max length is 30. Right, now see class. Now what's the class name? This is another parent. Okay, so parent 2. Okay, and this parent 2 will not inherit the parent 1, otherwise it will be multi-label inheritance. So we don't need to make the multi-label but multiple. So models.model class, it will inherit. Okay, and here let's suppose f3 and f4. Why I'm writing f3 f4? Because this I mean the parent one attributes should be different than the parent two. Okay, there should not be common. Common will make the issue in the child class. So that is why models dot character field max length is 30. Models dot character field max length is what? 30. Right. Now let's create the child class. So class name is child. Okay, now it is inheriting both the parent. So both the parent means parent 1 will be inherited and parent 2 will be inherited, right? And here you will write f5 and f6. Okay, here you will write models dot character field max length. The max length is, let's suppose, 30. Models dot, okay, models dot character field max length will be 30. Okay, so this is how we have created this. Okay, so let's just create the make migration and migrate. So py manage.py make migrations. Okay, so the problem is id field is common. Okay, so by default the id given by this parent. Okay, so by default Django provide the id to this parent class, and the id will be provided to this class. So id you cannot see here, but the id attribute will be common for the both the classes, and the id attribute is common here as well. That is why it is making the issue, right? Okay, so you may read this point what I have written. uh, Parent class. Okay, so parent classes should not contain common attribute. Okay, so it should not contain common fields, otherwise we will get an error. Okay, so we are getting error because, see, in the table, if you will see, okay, so if you will see, this is an id. Okay, here also you can see one id. So id is common for the table now. So same here, similarly here. So this type of inheritance is not possible. Okay, so what I've written in the next point, I have written internally this inheritance also multi-table inheritance. So when we talk about multi-table inheritance, so what we have to do, in the first example what I have done to get the multi-table inheritance, so we can make the class abstract. Which class? We can make the any one class abstract, right? Then it is possible, otherwise it will not be possible. Okay, otherwise you can do, what you can do, you can make one to one like this and like this. Okay, so now it will not give the error. So child will inherit parent 2, and you can make this parent 1 as abstract, so it will be multi-table. Okay, so in order to make the abstract, you can write here class meta. Okay, and you can write here abstract is equals to true. Okay, so now you can make the class, but multi true. So if you will see, if you will search regarding this multi-level inheritance in Django, so it is not there. Multi-level inheritance is not there in Django due to this problem. Okay, so just for a learning purpose, I am telling you the example. The table has been created and you can migrate it as well. So you can see all the migrations and you can see the tables, show tables. So see here, you can see, and you can see the parent. So you cannot see the parent one, but you can see the parent two because parent one is abstract. So no object has created, but parent two. Describe parent test depth underscore parent. Here you can see parent two. In the parent two, parent one functionality are there. Okay, so similarly you can see this class as well. The second class is what? Child class. Okay, so let's write here test app child. Okay, so 5 and 6 are there, and parent to pointer id is there to maintaining the reference, right? And similarly you can register in admin.py the same. Here you need to import which class? Parent 2 class you will register, and the child class. Parent 1 you cannot use because it is what? Abstract, right? So here also you can register by writing content, run the server, and you can check the output. Test tab. Here you can see the parent too, right? So here you can see the fields. Whatever fields are coming, you can insert the data into it, right? Okay, so next topic we have to understand, which is okay. So the next topic we will discuss in the next video, right? So for this, that's enough for today. So thank you everyone for giving your valuable time.